What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you're having a fantastic day today, and today I have a very exciting model review for y'all. Today we're going to be taking a look at the GeminiJets 1:400 scale Allegiant Air Boeing 737 MAX 8, and this of course is in their current livery. I hope all of you are excited for today's video. This is a very exciting move here for Allegiant to acquire a brand new aircraft manufacturer and of course aircraft type, the Boeing 737 MAX 8 200. So this is actually my first MAX 200 in the fleet, obviously just some slight differences to the MAX 8. But super exciting time for Allegiant. Made a full video on this and also their recent route announcement, so feel free to check those out. But nevertheless, huge times here for Allegiant. Let's go ahead and get into the box. So GeminiJets on the top left, you got the 737 MAX 7 and MAX 8 concepts there on the box art. Allegiant logo, 737 MAX 8 200, or just MAX 200 on the box. But of course it is a MAX 8 200 technically, so that's great. This is GJAAY2285. I believe it's like the 5th or 6th Allegiant plane that we've got. They've done a handful of 319s, 320s, a 757, and then a handful of MD-80s as well. There's the pamphlet there. You can see Allegiant is an all-jet, ultra-low-cost carrier providing nonstops to the most exciting vacation destinations. So yeah, really excited to see this aircraft and what it does. They currently, as of time of film this, only have one. However, I'm sure they'll get a few more as we move forward. They have not loaded them into the summer schedule yet, so who knows what routes they will deploy the 737 MAX 8s on, the 200 variant. So yeah, if you don't know, the 737 MAX 8 200 is just a MAX 8 with 200 seats. That's what the 200 stands for, so it's cool to see that, you know, they obviously have designated that. You'll find several ultra-low-cost carriers in Europe operating the type, so that's going to be airlines like Ryanair and Buzz. Those two airlines, among some others, utilize the MAX 8 200 variant. So the main difference here and the easiest way to identify it is definitely the edge to door. This is what the MAX 9 has, regardless of the seating capacity. However, you will see this on the MAX 8 200 when it has the 200 seats. You can also note the size difference. It's literally a MAX 8 just with that edge to door. So that's the only major difference, and of course all the seats inside. But yeah, this is a really great model. GeminiJets really did a good job. Be sure if you're buying one in person to see if you can get one with limited wing flex, because there were a couple examples of wing flex. I did my best. Luckily, I was able to get this one at the airplane shop, so I was able to find a pretty good one here. So this one's in good shape. So yeah, very excited to have it. It's a great plane. Let's not waste any further time and go ahead and see what the Allegiant 737 MAX 8 200 is all about for collectors. So let's go ahead and get into the details. I'm going to bring this up here. Let's go ahead and get started, everybody. Starting right here with the cockpit windows and then the nose cone. This is one of the best GeminiJets molds, hands down, regarding the quality and the proportions. They've done a good job. Got the nose landing gear door, which the size of the nose landing gear is definitely there, so we love to see that. As for the nose landing gear strut itself, the thickness is definitely a little much. Otherwise, it's really good, so no major complaints there, just an observation. Boeing 737, I believe it says 8 200, I think is what that says, so looking very nice. Here's the L1 door right here. It also looks really solid, so good detail there on the lever and the window and the other various pieces of the puzzle for that, so that's pretty cool. Here's the Allegiant billboard titles. They look really nice. They fit very well there right before that window gap on the 737 MAXs, which is quite cool. I believe Allegiant also deployed several etched legroom seats in these aircraft, as I'm sure they're going to fly some of the longest routes in the network, so stay tuned for the information on that in the near future. Okay, so here you have the engines. These particular examples should be the LEBs, I believe. Actually, the box doesn't say, but I believe they're LEB engines, so that's exactly what you have there. You can see the cowling there, along with the other various pieces. This one's a little tilted up on this side, but the other one's a little bit better, so still looking pretty nice, though, for the most part. As we transition here to the middle of the aircraft, you can also note you got the 2 overwing exits, so that remains the same from the MAX 8. You also got the pylon there on the engine, then there's the leading edge. You can get a good look there at the slats. GeminiJets does a really good job with the indentations on this particular mold, and they certainly look quite nice. So no doubt, very happy to see the progression. And this plane's really grown on me. At first it looks kind of weird, of course, but really has grown on me fast. I'm sure when we start to see them more consistently, they'll continue to become just that. You can see the antenna up there on the top, which is pretty nice. They did a good job on that detail, and then they also did a great job on the flaps and speed brakes, so happy to see that. The winglet's really nice as well. Really like that Allegiant added the additional color onto it, so that's definitely very nice to see. Looks really good, so happy to see the detail there. The main landing gear also really nice. You can see the tire and hub pieces all look great, so definitely nice to see that. And then after that, we get into the orange and a little bit of yellow right there, so very cool to see that. I think the newer Allegiant livery was definitely a very nice revision to keep it nice and simple, but also add some color to it, so that's the back. So yeah, once again, it's kind of like a MAX 8. It has the etched emergency exit door to meet the capacity. I don't know what the rules are. I probably should learned the rules at this point for how many doors you need per seats. It might be 25 per door, maybe. I'm not exactly sure. But regardless of the case, you have it there, so that's really cool to have the edge of the door. You also have the antenna there in the back as well, so that's pretty nice. And then the registration of this aircraft, which I believe was the first one delivered to Allegiant, is November 810 Mike Golf, so definitely an interesting registration prefix choice. They've typically done the November Victor registrations on some of their older aircraft, so that's what we have though for this one is the MG, and then they'll be kind of different as we continue down the line. Here's the beautiful tail, looks really nice. Color came out nicely, and they did a good job with the detail and all the other implications on that. The L4 door also looks nice. APU horizontal stabilizers, take a look at that here from a different angle. They did a good job, and once again, Gemini's mold and proportions here are very good, so there's no reason why they wouldn't do a good job here in the general sense. As we take a look at the right side of the aircraft, very similar to the left. There's not too many discrepancies or differences. The only major notes are the two baggage doors. So you got one there in the front, and you also got one there in the back, and it's right after the orange. Let's go ahead and take a look at the top of this airframe so you can see the nice details right here. Once again, the detail in the mold regarding the slats and the speed brake detail and the indentations in general is really great. So definitely recommended for a 737 MAX. This one's definitely really nice and a little bit more tolerable for most collectors relative to the 737 NG family molds from GeminiJets. The bottom of the aircraft is also very nice. We do not have any antennas down here, but we do have the main landing gear going pretty strong. That looks nice. Stand hole and some additional details under the engines and under the fuselage itself as well. So yeah, this is a really nice aircraft. I'm really excited to get some more of these and deploy them on all the routes that Allegiant will use them on. I do believe that it will be a really awesome asset for them. It's just going to have to be very selective on the routes that they use this particular aircraft for, as this is the largest capacity they've had since they had the Boeing 757s. And obviously the MD-83s also were getting to this range, but I'm not exactly sure how many seats they had. But definitely the most seats that they've had on a plane in quite some time. So they're definitely going to have to optimize that and utilize it to its fullest potential. I do think this opens the door for more new routes down the road and less frequency on some routes that I've had more A319s in the past. You can fly this twice a week from like Orlando to Minot and get away with it pretty well because 200 seats is enough for that during the whole week, one way, obviously, on one of the frequencies, so that works, and that would put you to like 800 weekly seats round trip. So that would definitely, or sorry, is it 1,600? Yeah, I think it would be 1,600 because each trip would be, no, 200 each way. So it'd be 400 total seats. That's it. Sorry, got confused. But anyway, regardless of the case, it would definitely be effective in the 2 weekly frequency, or once again, whatever they choose to deploy it on, I'm sure it'll be great. Once again, they do also have some extra legroom seats, so it's crazy to think that they could add even a few more seats, but you kind of have to have some extra legroom seats, and this really does become a tool for Allegiant if they want to launch some of the best transcon ultra low-cost routes ever, because there hasn't been any airlines doing like Los Angeles to Portland, Maine, or places like that. So I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I would keep my eyes out for like an Orlando to Portland, Oregon, or even like a, Bellingham to Orlando or whatever. I do believe that they could utilize this aircraft for routes like that if they so desire. It'll be interesting to see what the payload looks like and how that all comes out optimally for Allegiant. But regardless of the case, I really like the look of the plane. I'm excited to spot them, so looking very forward to that. They're currently being deployed at the Orlando and St. Petersburg operations, and I think Punta Gorda is next on the list once they can get them in there as well. So it's definitely really exciting. Let me know what you all think in the comment section below. But nevertheless, that'll do it for today's video, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. My name is Redriveraviation. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust the process. Do what you love and love what you do. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon as Redriveraviation is signing off.